Well, it's officially all over. The second part of that tour, wow, it just flew by. Just 8 shows, 3 cities. But boy, the stop in Shoreline was really nice. Unexpected, as obviously at the beginning of the tour, that was supposed to be Tahoe. Really sucks for those people that probably were wanting to do Tahoe but then couldn't do Shoreline. But then a big bonus if you weren't able to do Tahoe, and Shoreline worked out great for you. So whatever, I guess it's a flip of the coin. And the Shoreline, I think Shoreline Night 2 was probably my favorite night. Gorge Night 2 was actually my second favorite night. It seemed like most people were just Shoreline 1 and 2. Then they liked the Night of Dicks. I don't know how Gorge Night 2 got looked over, though. That was the night they opened up with Carini and Maze. They played 46 Days and 555. They played Esther. Awesome Boogie on Reggae Woman. Had that Sand and Down with Disease. The Good Sense and Subtle Sounds. And yeah, it did have Bug and Possum. But then they ended the entire night with About to Run. So I think Gorge Night 2 was my second favorite night. The Shoreline night, though, too. Wow. Then obviously the Soul Planet and the Tweezer from Shoreline, two of my favorite jams. The Sense and Subtle Sounds, the Sand and the Down with Disease from the Gorge. I like the Mercury from Dick's a lot. There was a few things at Dick's. I Chalk Dust was good at Dick's. The Piper and the 20 Years Later, also that little run there with Twist. That was from Shoreline Night 2. I also liked that. I think that's what set Shoreline Night 2 over the top. It didn't just have like one cool part. Had multiple cool parts, and then Split Open and Melt. We got another one of them. We got a couple more slaves here on part 2 of the tour. Slave to the Traffic Light, Melt, obviously the obvious ones: Carini, Disease, Chalk Dust Torture, Tweezer, all very good all summer long. But then Melt and Slave to the Traffic Light sneaking in there, and even back on the Freedom Tour, Birds of a Feather had a really strong start, but kind of fizzled there. Did we even get a Birds of a Feather here in part 2 of the tour? I don't think we did. The Encore stepped up their game a little bit for a few shows there, and then we went right back to normal. The Encore's not being all that. And then they did play Gotta Jaboo one more time, but it wasn't great. Second part of the, the first part of the tour, Gotta Jaboo was hot. They played it one more time, not so good. It's like Grateful Dean was saying, you don't want to be the do that follows the do. Maybe that's the deal with Jaboo. Maybe you don't want to be the Jaboo that follows the Jaboo. Although we didn't get like the Jaboo. We got a couple of pretty good ones, though. We may have gotten the Soul Planet, obviously. And the Soul Planet was one of them songs, it's like it's easy to make fun of that song because it kind of sucks, just like lyrically or whatever. If there's a studio version, you're never going to listen to that. Kind of like Gotta Jaboo. But it does always deliver a jam, and this time, my God. I guess Trey playing around with some of his new toys. The Rig Rundown, that was a welcome addition to the Couch Tour. It's probably a stupid question, but they didn't air that. Never mind. It's a stupid question. I'll be like, they didn't air that inside the venues, did they? Haha. So bonus for us on Couch Tour. You losers that were there, you missed the Rig Rundown. I think I would have traded being there for the Rig Rundown. And so this is, Dick's, I guess, is, 10 years in. Maybe it's not. It's always just good now. It seemed like for a few years there, you just knew Dick's was going to be extra special. Now it's just okay. They can't live up to that every year. And then I guess overall still, man, maybe that Deer Creek Night 1, maybe AC Night 2, Alpharetta, Tennessee 2. I don't know if Shoreline and the Gorge overtook those. I guess if I had to, just on the spot, I would be like Deer Creek 1, Shoreline 2, Gorge 2, maybe AC 2, Alpharetta 2. Those were all my favorite shows. And then there were some excellent first sets there, like the second wing of the tour. I think the Gorge had a nice first set night. Dick's had a really good first set night. Every city had a really good first set night, obviously. And then the points, that was part of the recaps. They'll come and go. I don't want to do the points every night, but it was interesting to see every show somewhere in between that 7.8 and 8, it seems like. No matter how good they do, it's going to be like an 8. Although we did get an 8.02. I think we had an 8.8 set too, right? As you may be able to see, I got them back there on the wall. I don't have the 8.8 night showing. Should flip that around. Got one night on the front, one night on the back. I don't know. One of those nights really sucked too. Was that one show from this second part kind of sucked. Maybe not. Actually, no. I take that back. The only shows that really sucked the whole time were maybe Oak Mountain was just okay, and that first night in Tennessee, and then anytime they play Rise Come Together, apparently that hurts the show a lot. Well, that's about all I got. Wrapping up the summer. Thanks again for everybody that tuned in, left a comment, liked the videos. If you're a new subscriber, appreciate it. Now, it is getting ready to be football season, so if you're new around here and this was your first time discovering this channel, yeah, I'm getting ready to flood you with Browns and Buckeyes videos. It's not as bad as the Phish videos, though. Just imagine, though, like the football fans have to suffer through like 22 nights of Phish spread out pretty quickly. Football season is just like 1 or 2 videos a week. Come on, man, you can live with that. Sometimes it'll just be 1 video a week. And I don't know, I'm losing the Ohio State videos just aren't as fun unless it's a big game. So I may stick to just the big games with Ohio State. I mean, do I really need to talk about it when they play Illinois or something? I don't know. And now that the Browns are getting better, boy, I swear the videos were more entertaining for other folks when the Browns were horrible. If you're like a Titans fan or a Ravens fan, it's fun to watch my misery, apparently. All right, guys, so boom, that's what's coming up. Again, thanks. I keep saying thanks, but I really do appreciate it a lot. Like, I probably wouldn't watch me, so the fact that you guys watch me and enjoy the videos, and pretty cool. All right, boom, we're out of here. See you in the fall. The fall will be here soon, though, man. Phish fall.